can go now? So, it is 6 o'clock, Tuesday, February 13th, 6 p.m. Call this meeting of the Brookfield Board of Selectmen to order. You all rise and salute the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is the approval of minutes for January 30th and the January 30th executive session. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll entertain a motion to approve payroll warrant number 17 for $363,629.63. School warrant number 1056 for $112,100.04. CDBG NB 20 number 1057 for $41,805. General warrant number 1058 for $360,949.12. And CDBG NB 21 number 1059 for $7,806.38.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. No financial items, no old business. Parks and Rec, new business. That's what these are?
Yeah,
So did you want to, well, I guess the common plan survey first, do you want to?
we'll do the easy ones first. Common plan survey, this is more of an announcement. I'll just read from what I have. The Parks and Recreation Committee will soon be surveying the committee on the vision for the common, what they would like to see for upgrades and potential uses in the future. With the new open space plan approved, the community survey in hand, the committee can move forward with plans for the improvement of the common. The committee is very much interested in having community input and not just what members of the committee envision. Please remember, however, improvements to the common are conditional on funding. With the completed open space and recreation plan and community input specific to the common, will be in a better position to apply for grants to help with upgrades to the common. The survey is actually ready to go out. It'll be going online soon. And we would like to have the results in by the end of March, beginning of April, so we can start moving forward with this. The survey will be posted online and available in print at various locations in town offices, library, etc. The broader the participation in the survey, the more we'll be able to create a space that fits the needs of the community. Thank you, Parks and Recreation Committee.
Great.
Thank you for that, Brandon.
We do the Earth Day cleanup. Barring any other group wanting to step forward, last year Mike Hinckley, who's on Parks and Recreation Committee now, organized it, so he suggested that the committee get involved in it, and if it's okay with the board, we will oversee the Earth Day townwide cleanup. We held the weekend of April 20th, and we'll have more details on that to come. It's acceptable.
I'll entertain a motion to approve of Parks and Rec fronting the Earth Day townwide cleanup function.
So moved.
I'll second. Discussion.
No?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. St. Clair access to the common. There have been numerous and frequent instances of vehicles driving from the end of St. Clair Avenue onto the common. This is creating damage to the fields and creating ruts. The Parks and Recreation Committee is asking the board if there's a possibility of limiting access from the dead end part of St. Clair a Jersey barrier, perhaps a post with change or something similar? If so, is this something that highway can advise us on and help with? So this is just for your consideration, input, see if you have any suggestions.
So you've had a lot of that this year, or over the last year?
It's been noticeable, yes.
So they're coming out onto the common from that?
Yeah, it's definite tracks going, circling into that, so.
Darren, would you have any comments on that as part of the safety committee?
Sorry, I'm too many
So
driving on
St. Clair Ave,
Yep.
people drive off the end into the common and are ruining it. Would you see any problem with blocking that off?
Off the top of my head, no. Even though it's a landing zone, we would normally be coming from the street side, not from St. Clair Ave. Usually we send an engine down there to make sure nobody's running out when the helicopter's coming down. Could cause probability, you know, God forbid the helicopter crashes over that way and then we can't get in there with a truck because there's a Jersey barrier or something like that, it can make it a little difficult. But
Right, so maybe
What
it's
about
something we might have to,
you know, with a lock that you can access.
we do like a lock or a chain or something like that maybe.
Yeah, and then that way it's removable and there's access if
Yeah, this-
necessary.
Kind of something to take under consideration, if you have suggestions, that'd be great, you know,
Okay.
person chain or a lock or something.
I think we should forward it to the safety committee to come up with an idea. That's you.
I'm finding a lot of things in there.
Well, it's not just you, but.
I put it in one.
Okay, the final item for this evening, I suppose, is the rail trail extension. I informed the board before that we were kind of looking into the rail, extending the rail trail from School Street to South Common Street. Talked about the grant we received with the help of Ashley to do a preliminary plan and kind of a narrative on how to get that done. So these are what that engineering firm came up with. It's kind of hard to see, but it's just a basic idea. And it's as far as I'm concerned, a little bit over the top and a little more than what we need, but something, a starting place. So I'll just, for the other items, I'll just kind of read off what I had here. Came up with. I think Brooke's fairly familiar with this because she joined us on the walk with EP the other day. Okay, let's read off what I have here. As proposed in past discussions with the board, an extension of the rail trail along the eastern side of the former Aztec property. The idea is to connect the existing rail trail to South Common Street near the Common and Senior Center. With grant funding secured from CMRPC and the help of Ashley, town's administrative assistant, working with the firm of Fuss and O'Neill, a design concept was created. An extensive narrative of the history of the property, the challenges for reuse and potential funding sources was included. The main impediment to proceeding with the plan is in determining what is needed in terms of completing the remediation of the property and securing funding through grants for the project. The scope of the proposed project includes the rail trail extension, the creation of a pocket park, and additional parking on South Common Street side. To help with the grant side of things, EQLT, East Cooperative Land Trust, has volunteered to assist the town. The Parks and Recreation Committee has also voted to help with the project and oversee it once completed, should the board authorize it to do so. A few weeks ago, representatives from DEP met with Cynthia Henshaw, Executive Director of EQLT, Ann Hicks, a town resident and EQLT board member, Brooke Canada, a member of the select board, and myself, Brandon Avery. The DEP representatives laid out the next steps and some potential state and federal funding sources. The latest update on that is we were called Kevin from DEP called to let me know that he did get internal approval to do soil sampling at the part that hasn't been tackled yet, Aztec property. There's still plenty of paperwork to do, including the quality assurance report that is needed before sampling can happen. He thought that sampling might be done in the spring once the details get approved. And the request to the select board is that the Parks and Recreation Committee work with EQLT and appropriate town officials to proceed with the process to create the rail trail link and pocket park. That the select board approved of the trail link and park, and that the select board commit to the plan for creating the rail trail link and pocket park. The Parks and Recreation Committee in return will keep the select board up to date on each step of the process before proceeding. Parks and Rec wants to avoid going through the process with the help of EQLT and not achieving the desired results, i.e. selling the parcel off to another property or using it for other than intended purposes, which would be both unfair to the committee and EQLT. The intent purpose of this project is keeping with the open space and recreation plan, creating and or maintaining open space and recreation opportunities in town. This project will enhance the densely populated area of downtown, be an extension of the rail trail and common area, and be accessible with sidewalk improvements to the senior center. So the main point is, should we proceed, we don't want to have the EQLT providing all this assistance, because their obvious goal is to clear open space. So it's another thing for you to consider before we move too far forward on this. So we don't need a response tonight, but it's putting out.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Do you have anything you wanted to add?
I just was wondering, when Kevin called you, did he have any thoughts about funding for the soil testing? He had some ideas, previously that he was going to look into. I didn't know if he had any updates on it.
I'll have to double check. It came through Cynthia.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to double check, but it's my impression that they're going to be paying for the soil testing
Okay.
and then kind of go from there. But if there, like I said, I'll keep you informed if anything comes up that you have to know, like when you're getting ready to do it and if there's anything required. And obviously, we're short on funds, so if that does happen, we'll have to search for funding.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. So we'll probably look it over and address it again in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Alex, you're up.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. And can you all, on your way out, sign the, we have a sign-in sheet?
Sure.
Sorry, we're over at that town hall.
Oh.
So you said you want me to sit?
We do it on the way out.
You can sign on the way out.
Oh, sound like
Yeah, but now you can talk.
Oh. So it's my first time, so you can let me know if there's anything, if I know anything on it. But especially I came here for the parking situation. That's on the main street. And I'm running my business as a retail business. So people comes and goes like 5 minutes at a time. Now somebody walks in, park over there for 5 hour, 6 hour shift and leave. I can do that myself too. I can park in the front. But that's my business, so I leave it for my customer. So they can easy park easy in. Now, they have so many parking all day till 4 o'clock. Even no space for the customer who comes in the town hall to do any work. Even people who live here in this town, they come here to pay the water bill or pay taxes or anything. There's no space at all, even not for them. So it's getting worse now. It's like before was 4 years. I'm in this business 4.5. This is my 4.5 year business. Before was not that bad, because it's not many business. Now it's a business open up just as a
Scott's and his wife. They are business owner. Then the next door neighbor is a tobacco shop guy. So every time I say it, then all they say is this is public parking. But if it's public parking, if everybody does that, then maybe somebody have to close the business.
Hi, my name is Michelle Marshall. I'm part owner of the Dragon Stones. And we have the same problem. There's like consistently no way for any of our customers to park anywhere near our store. Our demographic is like 45 and up, and they're not gonna wanna walk like 5 miles to get to our store. So we're very concerned that our customers aren't gonna be able to get there, and that's gonna put our store in jeopardy. So I don't know, like if you could put signs or something that would designate them for our businesses would be super helpful, or if maybe you could direct some of the other traffic that is sitting there in other directions so that we have those spots. I just want to
So problem is, School Street have a 10 spot of parking. Nobody wants to walk. It takes 37 minutes from there to park and walk in the town hall. It's so simple. If it's 2 inches snow, 2 inches snow. Now the Gillette ladies park on my parking spot, in my business parking, for entire 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock. 1 park, then 2 park, then Jimmy's park. So I explained Jimmy's. He said, why you park over here? He said, for my customer. I said, what about my customers? I said, do you want me to park on your side? He said, no. One time I parked over there. He said, move your car. I said, the same situation I explained you. Just like you love your customer, I love my customer too. And that situation is ongoing. Nobody listens. You kicked 1 out, another 5 comes in. You 2 out, 3 walks in. I show you, I have pictures. I take pictures every day. Every day I take pictures. And like, somebody's there, parking. And then town hall people who work, they park, they walks in. I have pictures. I show you like hundreds of pictures.
All right, well, I guess what we'll have to do is we'll have to meet with Highway, and we could do, because parking's obviously limited on and around Main Street, so we'll probably have to look into a traffic type study for the parking and see what we can come up with for changes.
But so,
We've directed the town employees to park in front of the vacant town hall at this point.
can I ask you a question, sir? How many people work in the town hall? $12?
No, I don't think there's
No.
I think eight that are there all the time, and then there's a handful that are only there like limited hours.
So, okay, so 8 employees. Old town hall have only 5 spots, right? That's 5 spot is full, filled. After that, they cannot find the parking spot. So what they gonna do? They're gonna park further. And they don't find further parking, then they're gonna find parking somewhere else. Now the gentleman who work over there, and I explain him, he always park. Finally, not almost like 2 months, he just don't park anymore. So when I say something, and he says something to me like some bad word, that I cannot say over here. So I let go that time. I can say that to him. But that's parking, it belongs to public. The public means the public comes, buy the products and leave. Not the public can park 8-9 hours shift.
Right.
And every day you go, 10 parking spot is empty in a School Street. Every day. I have pictures. Every day I go in the town and take pictures to show you guys to how this thing's working in this town. Now across the street people who own the gas station as my landlord, their employees start parking. So when I explained him, he got mad. I said, you don't have to get mad. You just explain when you hire your employees, just explain them where to park. You just tell them to park. If the town hall people park in front of the old town hall, so those 10 spot is empty, why don't you explain them to park in the school street? And easy to walk in.
If we
But you know
have-
what? Everybody want an easy life. They want a red carpet service. Like valet parking.
And
Why
I
park in the
agree with
back?
you, and we've had conversations actually about parking recently and have talked about having to, make some changes, and we have adjusted a couple of things. It's temporary for now, but it seems to be, or at least it seemed to be working okay, I thought, so apparently it's not
So-
resolved, but.
I totally get it, but now is a new business opening next to me, right? Now situation is already there. Now the new people spend the money, $100,000 in that business, right? If it's I want to be a bad guy, I bring my 4 car from the back and park in the front every day. What's gonna happen? He's gonna get tired and he's gonna close the business. I don't want to be like that. Yeah, I have people, they come in my town. They're town people, they are seniors. And the seniors, why they park across the street and come in my store? Even though so many seniors, they park across the street and they come to the town hall to pay their bills. Rather they have a parking in front of the town hall, have a 15 or 10 minutes parking. That's supposed to be like that. So people who work, live in this town, they can pay their bills, easy to get in and get out. Rather they don't have to park somewhere else to walk in. Why somebody else like a luxury space, like VIP space? That's supposed to be for the town peoples.
Well, we
I'm
definitely.
sorry if I say something,
No, you're fine.
No,
You're fine.
no,
But,
Because-
this is the place to do this, right? You're supposed to be able to come to us and all. And we acknowledge that we have a parking situation in North Brookfield. And we will definitely look into it and we'll get, whatever studies we have to figure out where we can put certain signs, whether it's some 15-minute or 5-minute parking only or 10-minute or whatever the case may be. We have to make sure we follow any state guidelines and rules for that. There are rules for signage. So we'll look into that and we'll figure it out from there. I'm sure it won't be perfect because, like we said, it is limited. Regardless of what street you're on, there's very little parking in the center of town. So we'll do what we can.
So-
And, well, all right, go ahead.
so retail business is different than some other business is different. Now, I'm
I-
sorry,
I
I'm
get
sorry
that,
to
yeah.
interrupt you. As a next door neighbor, he have a construction business, right? He don't have any retail business, right? Next door, Gillette people, they don't have any retail business, maybe minor, maybe 2 at a time, 3 at a time a day. My retail business is constantly open to close. So every business have a different things. Their employees start parking 5, 6 people every day, all day. Again, they have a rules, maybe they can do it because it's no rules and regulation. I'm not saying only me because I own the business over there. It's supposed to be fair for everybody.
Right, well, that's why we have to look for some kind of study to figure out who needs what kind of parking and how much.
We would appreciate any consideration that you can give us to help us thrive and bring more into the town. And
Well, it's our goal to help you thrive,
we appreciate that.
So sometimes what happens, like, as example, these folks, they just opened the business, right? Now they have a 2 apartment upstairs. 2 apartment upstairs, those people have two cars, like 4 cars altogether. They park right in front of their businesses, tobacco place, boom, right there. Now they complain to their owner of the property. They say nothing we can do, you gotta go to the town hall. They're supposed to park their car to that nail salon behind the back. They have a 25 car parking spot. They're supposed to park over there. And just like half a minute walk, just a half a minute.
Well, I think the landlord can address their own tenants' parking. If they have parking for them, they can tell them, you have to park there, So,
So when is a Monday to Thursday? the parking is jam-packed till 4 o'clock, right? Friday, you guys not open, right? So what I see on the Friday, just only next door neighbor, that are construction guys, maybe 3 or 4. And then everything is empty.
And they have a parking lot behind their building that we were instructed when we moved in that we couldn't use for our own parking, we couldn't have our own customers park behind their building, but yet they have multiple spaces open behind their building all day long that they could park in, that we're not allowed to use.
I think it's not, that parking belongs to only just upstairs people who live as Long Island. But that parking belongs to only just Troy and Troy business and apartment who
The
lives.
construction company, right? Are they the ones that own the-
Maybe they can park 2-3 parking spot behind the
The
back.
construction company owns the black building,
Yeah,
and they don't have very many parking spots out back. They have 1 or 2.
Clearly there's
Maybe
confusion.
just one, maybe just one. But most of them belong to the person that owns the town office building.
So this afternoon, I just talked to my landlord, Mr. Al, who's owner of the business and gas station. Accidentally stopped by, usually he don't stop by. And I explained him all this stuff. I said, when you hire people, you just let them know where to park. Just let them to park in the school street, easy to walk in. Rather they park front of the town hall or front of my store, or they say, oh, this is not open. This property is not open, just the middle. The liquor store guy is open. These 2 properties not open, so they start one person, then another person start, then another person start. So things like, you know what, this guy don't say nothing. Why? Why don't you park over there? Now is the new lady work in your town hall. She start parking past 3 weeks, every day. Not on my parking spot, but again, that vacant place. But again, that place, somebody can use that. Customers or somebody else. I can park in the front, right? Maybe I bring my 4 cars, 5 cars, park in the front. And then what? Maybe no spot left.
Do you know how or when we would be able to find out when you all have an answer?
We'll have to let you know,
Okay.
because we have to call, like, CMRPC and other state agencies and look at how to go about doing this the right way.
Okay,
So, in order to serve everybody the best way, all
understood.
right? So, your problems are gonna be under consideration, and
Appreciate it, thank you.
we'll try to find the best possible remedy.
Wonderful, thank you so much.
I'm looking to the property around this town, but is nothing open on the main street to build my own business. Like, built from the scratch, like building. But I'm working on it, but it's not happening overnight, but someday. So I just have to get out these problems again.
But
But
thank you for coming in and bringing it up.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. All right, next thing, Chapter 90 approval. The project request was approved on 10/5 of last year for $160,000. It's Barnes Road at 100% reimbursement rate, and that's $235,622. Attached to the forms which document payment. The amount expended to date on this project is $172,435.20. And this request is for the final payment on the project. So, I will entertain a motion to sign that payment.
So moved.
All second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. right, so, we have a 6:30, executive session, so we're gonna have to skip the public comment period then. Unless you have something really pressing to bring up. Darren?
I have good news, we were awarded a grant, but I'm under the gun for a signature. We were awarded $12,417, which was the last grant that Joey wrote in for, to get 3 sets of turnout gear. Of course, the price has already gone up, and if I can get everything in as fast as possible, they will try to honor the old price. If not, then I've got to try to find the money to finish paying for the price increase.
Okay.
Which it was a pretty substantial increase, as always with anything fire related, so I just need just a signature.
Okay.
We gonna vote on it, or just sign it? Anyway, I'll entertain a motion to, accept the grant.
These are the
So moved.
2 letters.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those are your copies to file.
All right, that's signed. All right. So, if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session. Second, Jason Curtis, yes. We will exit executive session only to. Thank you all and have a good night.
Yeah.